You watch those nature documentaries on the cable?
Yeah.
You see the one about lions? Get this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's laying down under a tree in the middle of Africa. He's so big. He's so hot. He doesn't want to move. Now, the little lion cubs, they start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, the hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Going on safari, motherfucker. Safari.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another toy review. I'm your host, Marion Cobretti, and today we'll be looking at the Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Collection. Alright, so we're gonna do an overview. There's no unboxings or looking at boxes. This is something a little different that I like to do. And honestly, Marvel Legends has been knocking it out of the park this year, and this line is no exception. So first up, we're gonna take a look at the Wolverine that they just came out with. And this Astonishing X-Men Wolverine is really awesome. My only gripe is I think his arms just look too long when the claws are extended. But when you get the other hands on and you get him posed, he looks really good. I like all the new articulation points. I don't think they're really needed on a Wolverine, but he does move around really good. Love the little floating shoulders. Always love the butterfly joints. And they gave him the perfect Wolverine claws. I like the fat claws instead of the little skinny pipes. So all in all, I think the articulation, the build, everything is super quality on this figure. I just really wasn't a fan of this alternate head sculpt that he comes with. And here it is. I mean, it's not terrible, and it does look like the John Cassaday artwork from Astonishing X-Men. I'm just not a fan, and I know it has that real world feel on it. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of the head sculpt. I also do appreciate the new hands. He gets a pointer finger and like an open splayed hand. Next up, we're gonna take a look at Luke Cage, and I fucking love this figure. This is just such a great representation of Luke Cage. The build is great. The brass knuckles from the Brian Azzarello and Richard Corbin Cage book are on display here. Awesome butterfly joints. He's on that big beefy body. And yeah, he comes with extra hands and another head sculpt. Here's the extra head sculpt, and this thing is just fucking awesome too. The big screamy. And yeah, he just poses great, and I gotta say, this is one of the best 2-packs I think Marvel Legends has ever made. And next up, we're gonna take a look at Iron Fist, and I gotta say, he is one of my favorite comic book characters. I love the Ed Brubaker run, and yeah, they nailed it. They put it on the super articulated body. He can get into all kinds of crazy poses. Back here, the bandana is on a hinge, so you can move it around, and yeah, I mean, look at that. It doesn't get more kung fu than that. I mean, you couldn't ask for better. And the paint, the costume, everything is quality, like I said on this set. We have him with his big screamy head, and he also comes with the resting face, which looks great as well. And I don't think they'll ever make a better Iron Fist figure ever. Next up, we're gonna take a look at Warbird, and they just knocked it out of the fucking park with her. She is just super articulated. You got that new everything over there, so she can fly around and get super dynamic into poses. Like my buddy Toy Gaines says, they did the raised boots over the thighs, which is greatly appreciated. The sash fits on the figure, the paint's good, a little light in the boob department, but she's still got it. Got nice butterflies up there with double jointed pinless arms, and her head sculpt is amazing. Could not ask for better, but then they went ahead and and gave you another wonderful fucking face. And here's the other face. It looks like that Sydney Sweeney chick. They just nail the face paint on Marvel Legends like no other. And now we're moving down the home stretch. Let's take a look at this Superior Spider-Man, and I'm gonna take the backpack off for now so we can just take a look at this figure. And man, the paint on him and the webbing being all fucked up is awesome. The reflection of the buildings in his eyes is just a really nice touch. Double jointed pinless, he's got nice gauntlets. I like how they painted the red inside his hands, makes him stand out nice. The only problem is they gave him the old shitty waist, so he can't really super crunch. I mean, he goes back and forth, don't get me wrong, but you can't get that crotch up into his face. Also, his head only goes up so far. I mean, that's pretty far, but it isn't as good as the super articulated one. And the legs, for some reason, they give him the toe articulation, little paint around the back. Then on the backpack, he's got ports for the Waldos, as they're called, and they move around really good. The problem is they cannot support him in any way, shape, or form. Any chances of actually getting him into that really cool pose is like nil. But they do move around, and the more and more you force them, the more and more you can see stress in the color of the plastic, which I really don't like. But that also could be marbling, I'm not sure. All in all, this is a very fucking cool Superior Spider-Man figure. I'm not a huge fan of the comics, but I can tell you they got the design down like perfect on this figure. And here he is with the other head sculpt. It's just wide-eyed. I actually like the way that looks as well. And around to the back, he actually just has a replacement backpack without the leg ports. So if you didn't want to do it, but you want to keep them all Superior Spider-Man, you got a regular backpack as well. And then there were two, and we're gonna look at Glenn Danzig's Little Space Hulk. And I gotta say, I have read Planet Hulk, and I do like Skaar as a character. The arm system is the same as the other Hulks. You can just kind of rotate them all the way around, and then the bicep moves as well. We got butterfly joints back here with not a ton of range. Got nice sculpting on the hair. We got this awesome skirt going on. The knife does pour it out and looks great. And yeah, it sucks that he's got pins down here, but I just think these legs are reuse, not really a big deal. But all in all, this is a great medium-sized Hulk, I gotta tell you. And here's Skaar with his other head sculpt, and like I said, they just knock it out with these now. And here's Skaar with the dual wield. And just to get a feel for his size, so you understand what I mean by he's a medium-sized Hulk. Not quite as big as Hulk, but bigger than She-Hulk. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I give you the amazing Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. And I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park. This bike looks amazing. The flame effects on the tires are great. The actual size of the bike all works. I know a lot of people will say that it's a little small, but honestly, I think the thing looks great. Sculpting's all there. I mean, there's not much paint on it, as you can tell. Ghost Rider comes off, and it's the last Ghost Rider we got. They changed a few things with it, but all in all, just a amazing figure with an amazing set. And here we go, people. The chef's kiss is this little wheelie effect here, so you can display Ghost Rider flaming through the wasteland like a maniac. And for size comparison, we have the Rides Ghost Rider with the new Ghost Rider. And I'm gonna show you a little trick I like to do, because I love all the effects on here. I just wish I had some flame effects for the ground. And here you go. This is how I display mine. I use the wheelie effect over here, and I take the wheel flame and I put it over here on this one because it just lays in there perfectly. So this is how I display my Ghost Riders. I fucking love how they go together, and I love how they're so different. So at the end of the day, and my final thoughts on these figures are, I love this line. I think it is showcasing great figures, fan favorite figures, and yeah, some some of them have their problems, like the Waldos suck on Superior Spider-Man, or Wolverine's arms look a little long. But all in all, I fucking love all these. And Marvel Legends is having a banner year. They are making great figures, the quality seems good, character selection is great. The only thing I don't like are the 2-packs that they're making us buy lately, but I'll live with that. But yeah, I'm pleased so far. I'm looking forward to the figures I didn't get from this line. So yeah, I'm a happy guy. And that's all I got this time, people. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next review.
Holy fuck! That was diabolical!
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Mega powers in the mic, deadly blight, be the night. Raw dogs, rally tight, bark with the street mic. YouTube wrecking crew, yo jerk in the fight. Toy gangs disavowed, reviews cold as ice. Podcast kings, no jest, spitting truth from the crest. Hip hop nights, we quest, fans ride, never rest. Yo jerk, dropping bombs, critics get distressed. Toy gangs flex, disavowed, savage and blessed. Mega powers start to blaze, raw dogs in the frame, barking wild, never stray. Beat tear down the gray, yo jerk blaze the way, drop reviews all day. Toy gangs disavowed in the payday slay. Street tales we recount, haters we surmount. Raw dogs howl loud, in numbers we count. Podcast real talk, topics they astound. Yo fight back, reviews like the town. Toy gangs straight facts, legends on the rack. Disavowed brutal.